We've all been there. You're stuck at home on a rainy day. Boredom sets in. You decide to explore the dusty corners of the attic. For me, that's when the adventure began. I stumbled upon something incredible. It was a contraption made of gleaming metal and blinking lights. It looked like something straight out of a science fiction movie. Little did I know it was a time machine. A note was attached. It read, "To the curious mind, may this device unlock the secrets of time itself." My heart raced. The gears in my head spun faster than the device in front of me. Could this be real? There was only one way to find out. With a deep breath and a leap of faith, I flipped the switch. The world dissolved into a dizzying blur of colors and light. When I could finally see straight, I realized I wasn't in my attic anymore. I was surrounded by towering pyramids and scorching desert sands. I had traveled back in time to ancient Egypt. The air was thick with the scent of spices and something else, probably the lack of indoor plumbing. I wandered through bustling marketplaces. I saw artisans crafting hieroglyphics. I even bumped into a camel, which, let me tell you, was not a pleasant experience. I soon learned that navigating ancient Egypt was no walk in the park. The language barrier was a real challenge. Trying to ask for directions to the nearest bathroom was a comedic disaster. Thankfully, a kind-hearted scribe took pity on me. He helped me blend in and understand the local customs. Ancient Egyptian worker? The highlight of my trip, witnessing the construction of the Great Pyramid of Giza. Seeing those massive stone blocks being moved into place was awe-inspiring. It was a testament to human ingenuity and the power of collective effort. Of course, I couldn't resist leaving my mark. I snuck a quick hieroglyphic message on one of the inner stones. Find it, and you'll know you're on the right track. Next stop, medieval Europe. I landed right in the middle of a grand jousting tournament. Knights in shining armor charged at each other on horseback. Crowds roared with excitement. Ladies in waiting pretended to faint at the slightest provocation. It was like stepping into a history book, but with more mud and questionable hygiene. I quickly learned that chivalry wasn't just a word in this era, it was a way of life. Medieval knight. I tried my hand at archery and missed the target spectacularly. I even attempted to woo a fair maiden with my modern-day charm, but alas, my lack of lute skills and Shakespearean vocabulary betrayed me. The most surprising thing about medieval Europe? The food. I had expected gruel and mystery meat, but I was treated to surprisingly delicious roasted meats, hearty stews, and even some early versions of pizza. Who knew that culinary innovation was alive and well in the Middle Ages? Fast forward a few centuries, and I found myself in the heart of the 1960s. Tie-dye shirts and bell-bottoms were all the rage. The air vibrated with the sounds of Jimi Hendrix and Janis Joplin.
Love and peace were the order of the day, man.
I grooved at a music festival, debated politics with passionate activists, and even tried my hand at tie-dye, with mixed results. The energy was infectious. It was a time of social and cultural upheaval. Everyone had an opinion, and they weren't afraid to share it.
The biggest challenge? Trying to explain to a group of peace-loving hippies that I was from the future. Let's just say they were more interested in sharing their stash of herbal refreshments than discussing the intricacies of time travel. It was a far-out experience, to say the least.
My final destination was a futuristic cityscape that belonged in a science fiction novel. Gleaming skyscrapers pierced the clouds, flying cars zipped through the air, robots strolled down the sidewalks.
And yes, the rumors were true. They did have those hoverboards everyone's been talking about.
I dined at a restaurant where a holographic waiter took my order. I rode a levitating train that whisked me across the city at lightning speed. I even had a close encounter with a cleaning robot that mistook me for a particularly stubborn stain.
The most impressive thing about the future? The technology was mind-blowing, but it was the advancements in sustainability and social equality that truly impressed me. This was a future where humanity had come together to solve some of its biggest challenges. It gave me hope for what we could achieve.